program is brought to you in living color on NBC.
Good morning to ya. Hey, hi.
Hi.
How are you?
Bryan Jones, Mike Case
Yeah.
of the Grand Resort and Gatsby's. I feel honored to be at your table, you guys.
I feel underdressed. I didn't realize we were going to look as nice as we did.
I saw it pop up on the calendar and I was like, I know Bryan is going to wear his sweater vest. I
Yes.
better wear something new.
Looks good.
I better dress for the occasion. You guys are killing it out here, Bryan.
We are. We're just coming off Valentine's weekend. It was a huge weekend for us. Packed house. We actually sold out here in Gatsby's 2 weeks before Valentine's. So an amazing weekend for us.
Well, there has to be a reason that people are lined up to dine here. And there are lots of reasons. I'm a little bit well versed than most people, Mike and myself. But for people who have never been out here, Bryan, you got to take them through what makes this place so special.
We are the perfect spot for any special occasion that you have, be an anniversary, birthday, any special event that you want to celebrate, because we take everything to the next level. It's a little bit more upscale experience here at Gatsby's. We have an excellent menu. Our chefs have created some fantastic dishes. We have an outstanding wine list. We are rated Best of Award of Excellence 3 years in a row from Wine Spectator magazine.
That's an exclamation point.
Our staff does a fantastic job with detailed service every day here in Gatsby. So
Even just walking into the room, I haven't been here in a couple of years and it still feels like a big warm hug that like you just feel like you're something special when you walk in the door.
As soon as you sit down, you get an appetizer, right?
we start your meal off with an amuse-bouche.
Amuse-bouche, which means?
It means to make the mouth happy.
Yeah, it's a little appetizer and a little drink.
A little welcome from the chef, a little drink, and we get you started on your way.
Yeah, you want to talk about some of the food we have here?
Absolutely.
All right, why don't we take it from your left?
So there we have the Wagyu Bolognese.
Did you put that over here? Because you know, I just love it. I love it.
Yeah.
We knew that's the one you'd love.
Yeah, put it over here.
And that features Wagyu from Kearney Ranch in Southington, Ohio, so locally raised. And it is pure blood, true Wagyu raised right here in Trumbull County.
Yeah, we did a little story on them. Not
Yeah,
too long ago.
we
Yeah,
did.
that's fantastic.
Yep.
That's right.
And this is special, like it looks like just salmon, but it's a special kind of salmon.
It is special salmon. So that is Wester Ross salmon. Wester Ross is an area in the Highlands of Scotland.
Okay.
And they raise some of the best salmon in the world there. And it is fresh, never frozen. And it's just a terrific salmon. And the special thing about that, do it all.
I know,
Yeah, go ahead.
right?
Can you reach? But the glaze,
The glaze is our hot toddy glaze, which is made with our private barrel of Buffalo Trace bourbon.
it's really good.
It's really
Good. That's a really good sweetness to it.
That's been a big hit since that went on the menu.
And then this one, is this relatively new? I don't remember the garden pasta.
That is relatively new. We've had a big increase in interest in vegan dishes. And so we've expanded our vegan section, and that is our garden pasta. And the vegan lovers, or vegan eaters, are loving that.
The pasta's vegan?
The pasta is vegan,
Wow.
penne pasta.
I did not know.
Okay, let's go back to the salmon just for 1 second.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Sometimes a salmon glaze is too much and it like takes away from it or
Yeah.
like it's like, whoa, that is absolutely perfect.
You have to have balance in a dish,
It's so good.
and it is good.
Oh my
Our chefs do an amazing job.
gosh, you
All right.
guys.
So you're going to be here, and we're going to talk about a great wine dinner you'll have coming up
Yes,
toward the end of the show, so you'll want to stick around for that.
yes.
But in the meantime,
I'm just going to talk about salmon.
okay,
I'm just kidding.
we kick things off.
Yeah, quite literally.
What do you want to talk about?
Well, I just remind people that Joe Augustine plays piano
Yes,
here
every Wednesday.
every Wednesday and Friday,
yeah.
6 to 9 p.m. Joe Augustine, our local legend piano player, has started playing here at the hotel in 1970. There's a tremendous following. He is a Steinway artist.
Yeah.
And an amazing guy. And he's here every Wednesday and Friday. So,
Yeah. And this place is open Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday.
and we are open to the public.
Right. All right, let's get started. Ready?
That all of that. I like it.
It's all good.
Sorry. Okay.
Okay, Pro Football Hall of Fame
Yep.
has a new exhibit featuring probably some players you might not have heard of. It's called Character, and there's a reason why it's been so successful so far.
What has been the response so far?
Surprise.
Rich DeRosiers has never been a part of an exhibit at the Hall of Fame like this one. It's called simply Character.
Surprise and appreciation that we would carve out a fairly large footprint for any exhibit. It's by square footage, it's actually one of our larger exhibits. And I think some appreciation that we are not dwelling only on the on-field accolades of players, but much more deep into off-the-field things that they did that should be recognized.
That's right. No big hits, no touchdowns, no amazing catches. Just people and their stories, how they gave back and sacrificed for others in their communities.
Well, I think one of the things that we've been able to do is acquire a lot of new artifacts that help us tell these stories. And I mean, if you walk by the room, first of all, there's a couple of really large scale things that are going to capture your attention. Cam Hayward is a very large man, but we've got an even larger than life size picture of him on the wall as at the time that the exhibit went up as the most recent Man of the Year award recipient.
Winners of the Walter Payton Man of the Year award are here, the NFL's highest honor, as well as individuals who never got the attention they deserved. People you've never even heard of, like Emlyn Tunnell.
The only NFL player, and certainly the only NFL/Pro Football Hall of Famer who has a U.S. Coast Guard cutter named for him. And this came up because in doing some research a few years ago, someone discovered that Emlyn Tunnell had saved 2 lives while he was a member of the U.S. Coast Guard during World War II. And as was indicative of the greatest generation, he never talked about it. And it was literally, 70 plus years later, somebody unearths this information.
Former Kansas City Chief running back Joe Delaney is in here. He died while trying to save 3 drowning boys, even though Delaney himself didn't know how to swim.
Dives into the pond and puts theirs regard ahead of his own, manages to pull 1 boy to safety, and in the attempts to save the other 2, loses his own life, and the other 2 boys perished as well. I think credit goes to our president and CEO, Mr. Jim Porter, who had watched the movie Greater, which is about a young man named Brandon Burlsworth. If people aren't familiar with that movie or his story, first I encourage people to watch that movie. Have your box of Kleenex handy, even you guys, because the ending is sad.
Sad, but powerful. Same for this exhibit, which will be on display for the rest of the year. A way to tell stories that can't be found in the box score, but made a much bigger difference than the game itself.
So, we get to tell stories like that of people whose heroism was unpublicized. They certainly didn't mention it, and even their teams in many cases didn't know about it. We've been open now for just a few weeks with this, so traffic will definitely pick up in the spring and summer. And I do think Mike, we're going to start to see the kind of response that you mentioned, to where somebody who's intimately a part of this comes forward and says, hey, thanks for including me.
Yeah.
Those are the kinds of stories. Right. Those are the moments that make you go, oh gosh.
Right. And then people that you have heard of, on the Steelers and things like that. But anyhow, that's what the exhibit's supposed to be like, and it'll be up all year.
The untold stories.
Really cool.
Oh, I love that, Michael.
All right, break time.
I love no break time. Hold on.
What?
This ravioli from, where is this beef from, Ryan?
It's Kearney Ranch.
Kearney Ranch, the ones that we had on the show. We mentioned that. To die for. To die for. So good.
Indeed.
Stick around. Family dinner at Casa di Canzonetta. If you've got a crowd and you want to feed everybody all at once, don't miss this. So sit tight, and I'm just going to eat some more ravioli.
Okay, good.
we have such a legacy, created such a legacy here in the Valley, and we're very well respected by numerous manufacturers in the industry. We're a leader in our industry, and I want to continue that. We want to continue that, and we want to take it to the next level. Whatever that level may be, we're ready for it.
So let yourself go to Duca. Let yourself go to Duca.
Your eyes are two of the most important parts of your body, so it's best to take care of them. Optical Solutions in the Austintown Plaza offers comprehensive eye exams, medical eye care, LASIK and cataract evaluation, and more. Contact lenses in all types, plus eyewear from budget to designer frames. Optical Solutions is your complete eye care destination. Covered by most insurance carriers, contact Optical Solutions today to make your appointment. 330-797-8780.
Heels is the low-cost living, anti-inflation department store.
Shop Hills in the Liberty, Lincoln Knolls, and Boardman Plaza's Youngstown, and a Ridgeview Plaza in Warren, and a Hills location in Champion, all open 10 till 10 daily.
All right, we're back here on Valley Spotlight in Gatsby's here at the Grand Resort.
We're going to go downtown Youngstown.
Okay.
You're going to grab everybody you know. Okay?
Yeah, and make sure they're hungry.
Exactly. Make sure that they're really hungry. And Mark is introducing Sunday dinner for the first Sunday ever today.
Yeah, this value is really good.
It's really good. Bang for your buck and then some. In the morning right now, so people should be having brunch here. But
yes.
If they're not having brunch here, then Sunday dinner is upon us.
Sunday dinner. To me, growing up, Sunday dinner, outside of Thanksgiving dinner, Sunday dinner was like something that was so special to us and our family. And a lot of immigrant families, whether you're Italian, whether you're German, it doesn't matter what nationality. Sunday dinner was always that day. You got together with your grandparents, your aunts, your uncles, your cousins. Everybody went crazy at my grandma Vivian's house. We were climbing up the cherry trees and picking cherries to have for dessert, or climbing up the apple trees to pick apples for her to make a pie. My grandma Sylvia's house was plums. We were up the plum trees. I mean, Sunday dinner was what it was all about. It was a time to reflect. It was a time to bring your family together. It was just a joyous occasion. And I think a lot of that has died off in recent time.
Well,
families.
For years we couldn't get together.
We couldn't get together because everybody had to work.
This.
Now that a lot of people work on Sundays, we have a 7-day work week now, so you don't get that time to spend together. But still, when you can, it is so important to take this thing and put it in a basket off to the side of the table so your kids aren't on their phones, and just sit and talk as family, and you talk about your issues, your joys, your things that are going on in your life. Sunday dinner creates memories.
I have to say, when you were going through the rebrand from Beast 1907 to Casa di Canzonetta, this Sunday dinner story and this Sunday dinner love, Mark, I think is what sort of saw you through those hard days and brought this feeling to life.
We did it a lot more at my grandma Vivian and my grandfather Fred's house, and my dad. I remember my dad at that time was a barber and starting to get into the insurance business. But he would, once a month, he would have to cut 12 people's hair, and he would eat pasta last.
Can you cut mine today too? It needs a little trim.
So I grew up with something called Sunday gravy, and I didn't know what Sunday gravy is. It was before the whole, process of, this is Sunday gravy from The Sopranos and all these Italian shows. And Sunday gravy to me growing up was Grandma Vivian's pasta sauce. Mm-hmm. But Grandma Vivian, everything that she cooked during the week, all the meat, the meatballs, the sausage, the pork chops, a piece of roast, braciole, everything went into the tomato sauce.
And
I can smell that from here. And it was just a sauce made of love, And she used to, her favorite cut was rigatoni, but she called it what, Ron? Sewer pipes. And to this day, sewer pipes are one of my favorite cuts of pasta. But we had that. We had the antipasto. We had, and then another thing was my dad, every Sunday, if we weren't at my grandma's, my godfather and my Uncle Pete Cicero had an Italian import store. Mm-hmm. And my dad would stop there during the week and pick up capicola, gabagool, salami, provolone, peppers, everything like that. Yeah, Cicero's sign is right over there.
Cicero's sign right there, and then this is all the Sopranos, and that's what they call it on the show. I know that.
Yes. So he would take all those leftovers and put it into a salad, so Sunday salad. So what I wanted to create for Sunday night dinners for everybody in the Valley is if they don't feel like cooking and they want to have that Sunday experience, they can come to Casa di Canzonetta starting at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. You get a 4-course meal. You know, we start off with our beautiful Torino bread from Chicago. My father and now my brother's hot peppers, Papa's hot peppers. You get that to start off your meal with and get your appetizers ready for what's next.
I started with this.
Oh yeah, you got to have the herb oil too.
This is how we would do it.
You got to take the little
the
little capper off. You know, I know there's no fruit flies in December, January, February.
But this is what I used to love to go out to eat at our local Italian restaurants in Chicago. We would do the olive oil, and then we would do the cheese on top.
You got to have the Locatelli Romano too.
Oh,
it's my favorite.
goodness.
It's got that extra sharpness being from sheep's milk. So we would start, you know, the dinner always started off with great bread. Well, first of all, the bread, if it made it that far, because you would always be dipping the bread into Grandma's sauce while it was still bubbling on the stove, and Grandma would get mad at you and slap you in the hand. There you go.
This is the best piece right there.
Oh yeah, that's
all those bread
the heel.
experts, right?
Yes. So you saw my 11th commandment from Italy over on my bread station.
You have to use these.
You got to use the heel. It's the best part of the bread. So we would have this big dinner over at Grandma's, and the Sunday salad, the rigatoni with, you know, in mine right now we have overnight pork. We roasted pork overnight for 12 hours overnight. I added that into the sauce and let it simmer. Cicero's Italian sausage, Grandma's meatballs, my dad's meatballs, all in that Sunday sauce, simmered together for a few hours. It just gives it a certain smell, and you got to have the pork in the sauce.
I agree.
You know, if you're not, you got. It was always the secret to the sauce was the pork.
All right, let's take time out. We'll talk about the desserts.
And then
when we'll come.
Yeah, then we'll come back.
And I'm gonna keep eating the bread.
In today's fast-changing real estate market, you need access to the right information to make smart choices. I invest in real estate all over the country, and I rely on smart agents who know their local market inside and out. In the Mahoning Valley, I work with Kelly Warren. She guarantees to sell your home at a price and a deadline you agree to, or she'll buy it. She can also give you an instant cash offer. Go to kellysoldit.com and find out how Kelly and her team can start working for you.
You heard it was a hit. You heard it was a smash. A wonder. A phenomenon. An international sensation. But you haven't heard them.
Wednesday, May 14th at Powers Auditorium.
Come on. Come on. Before I switched to Brightspeed fiber internet, things like slow speeds and random dead spots really brought out the troll in me. I mean, I spent hours causing trouble. But then I switched to Brightspeed's fast, reliable fiber internet, and the rest is sunshine and unicorns. Looks amazing, Barbara.
Ultra-fast, Brightspeed fiber internet. Switch to the bright side.
Here we are, back from a quick break. And
this is what it's all about.
The family
we have friends.
And the friends have officially joined us, Mark.
Yes. Well, that's what Sunday dinner's all about, right?
It's about attracting people to
I don't care
with you.
No matter who came over their house, there was always enough rigatonis or sewer pipes. Grandma always had enough sewer pipes.
Sewer pipes.
Yes,
We've
exactly.
got the Ryan brothers here with us.
Yes, we
from the
do.
Valley Center and JAC Live, and the rest of some of our
And thank
team.
God they're here because we need a lot of entertainment in Youngstown.
That's what we love. Normally, I get to hang out with your dad, you know, when we're doing on Market Street and Boardman stuff. But it's certainly nice to have you guys at the table.
And now we get to feed you.
Yeah, and then we like that too. All right, to our chefs and Dave, not our chef, but our manager. This concept, this idea for Sunday dinner for you guys, we were working on this a while, right?
Yeah, we have been. I mean, I've had it in the back of my head since the conception of the restaurant, and I always wanted to say, Sunday night, let's do something, because it's not typically the busiest night in downtown Youngstown especially. So let's get some people out of the suburbs, let's bring them downtown, and let's have a great family Sunday dinner.
All right, let's start giving some of these servings out.
We'll start with the salad.
Okay, and then the dessert, not that I'm skipping ahead here. Why don't you guys start? And then we'll keep it moving. But the dessert is included, right, Mark?
Yes, tiramisu is included, absolutely. Lauren, would you like a meatball, or would you like sausage, or a little bit of everything?
I like all of the things.
All right,
but
all
that's
of the
good.
things.
All of the things, as long as we have some pork in there, which I see right there.
There's the pork.
Which is the magic of the
Chef's
sauce.
Al overnight pork.
Beautiful. All right, so what's the starting point for this for people?
It's
4 p.m.?
$35 per person for a 4-course meal.
Thank you.
And I think that's very, very reasonable, because if you put this together with all the appetizers and anything, I think it would be around $50.
Very nice.
I don't know why we're passing that, but
Oh,
okay.
I was going to have some pasta.
Oh, I thought I gave you pasta.
No, that's
Anyway,
that's
we're all
for everybody
confused,
else, right?
and we haven't even had anything to drink yet.
It's Sunday, huh?
But it's Sunday, so we want to do something reasonable for the Valley, reasonable for our guests, and something that brings you back to a memory you used to have a long, long time ago.
All right, so take people through the menu again one more time.
So you're going to start off with our amazing puglisi bread from Italy. Well, it's actually from Chicago, but it's made exactly the same way they do in Italy. And then my brother's Papa Canzonetta's hot peppers will be your appetizer. And then you will move in, of course, our herbed oil. And then you'll move on to my dad's Sunday salad, Pop's Sunday salad, which is amazing. And it's like clean out the refrigerator salad. It's got chunks of capicola and Genoa and provolone and all kinds of meats and cheeses and olives and red onions and peppers and a great Chianti wine vinaigrette. And then after that, you move on to my grandma's Sunday gravy. So Grandma Viv's Sunday gravy was whatever was left over in the refrigerator that she cooked all week for all of her boys. And this one here we're doing it with our meatballs. We're doing it with Cicero's sausage and Al's overnight roasted pork. And I think it's just going to be a great combination.
Jordan, you need some cheese.
And then at the end, you get our wonderful tiramisu. So that's 4 courses. It's a reasonable price. It's a great way. You can do it for 2 people. You can do it for 6 people. You can do it for 20 people. You just have to call and make a reservation or go online to casadicanzonetta.com. And that's the story behind Grandma Viv's Sunday dinner.
I haven't had the tiramisu.
You haven't even had the pasta yet.
No, I haven't bite of that. It's amazing, but I jumped to the dessert because honestly, I've never had it, and it's awesome.
You guys make them. Can you pass the rigs over, David?
Yes.
Oh, you didn't have to do all that.
So is this something they could order when they get to the restaurant, or have to call ahead?
I think they should call ahead for this. I think it's definitely a reservation kind of thing, because that'll make it easier on everybody in the kitchen. That way we know who's coming, how many people are coming, and we know how many to prepare for every table. And I think Lauren will word it that way when she makes the promo for it.
I got some work to do.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, you guys. And
thank
JC
you.
Live, you guys
Is that
have
great?
big events coming, right?
And what's the next big concert?
Rascal Flatts is our next.
Oh, great.
Holy moly.
Now, is that at Cavelli?
That's at the Cavelli Center the first weekend of March, I believe March 8th.
Oh, that's great.
Perfect timing for this.
Mhm.
All right, thank you guys, and thank you to our team for making this come to life. CasaDiCanzonetta.com is the best place
Grandma
to
Viv's, I'm thinking of you, baby.
reserve a table. Thanks, guys.
Yummy. And you know,
so much yummy.
Sometimes it's cold and you're comfy under the blanket, but you should go. I know it's hard to get up and get moving on Sundays and stuff. But
All of our local restaurants, I speak in a way that like they need the business. They're wanting it, and they would welcome you with open arms, not just.
And it'll be worth it for you. I
Absolutely.
promise. All right, we'll take our break.
And then what's bright about Warren?
Oh yeah,
Thanks
I
to
know
our
exactly
friends
what's
at Brightspeed. Yes, you do. You did a really nice job with this one. So
Be right
stick around.
Ooh,
We got the big guns out for that one.
Yeah, well, Ryan's.
I know. We were
Seen
missing
them
the
in a
big
while.
Ryan. Eric, I haven't seen you in a while. I hope you're doing great in Florida.
Sure he is.
No, he's so busy. That Rascal Flatts concert is coming. We're excited about it. So much work those guys put together. It's good to see that Youngstown community coming together for all of the right reasons for a minute.
Okay, we'll take a break, and when we come back,
more
you know how
ravioli.
Your hair stands on end?
Yes.
Well, these people want to shave it off.
Please, I could use a haircut.
No hot water? Call A to Z Dependable Services. Our fully stocked rapid response water heater specialist will get you back in hot water in no time. A to Z is the only call you need to make.
Only A-to-Z.com.
Pets are part of the family, and at RC Compounding, their pharmacists make your pet a priority.
Pain management is a big one with animals, especially if they have cancer or like end of life. They're unable to take tablets or capsules, and we're able to customize it into a solution that an owner could administer pretty easily without, difficulty of having them swallow a tablet or capsule if they're not able to.
RC Compounding, we care about your health.
Our customers are always part of the equation of everything we try to do. We don't have a Hillcrest label that we're trying to push on you. We don't have stockholders we're trying to make profit for. There's no out-of-state corporate office. The competitive advantage for Hillcrest over our national competition really is sustainable pricing, number one, service, and caring about what the customer needs, not our agenda. It's tough to get off course when that's your focus.
Welcome back to Valley Spotlight here at Gatsby's at the Grand Resort. How's everything so far? You don't have to answer. You can just give a thumbs up if you like. Good. Bolognese. The G is silent. In case you didn't. Okay. St. Patrick's Day is coming up.
Yes, which is also
one of
my case's favorite holiday.
But this is getting close. This St. Baldrick's, which is coming up on the weekend of St. Patrick's Day, too.
A very big deal.
A lot of people thought, well, I'll just join up. This will be a good day of having some drinks at Penguin City Brewing, but it has evolved into much more than that.
Yeah, way more important than just that.
I lost my niece to leukemia back in the year 2000. So a few years ago, when I found out about St. Baldrick's, the St. Baldrick's Foundation, I wanted to start shaving and raise money, so I did. And then I was thinking to myself, well, I can do more than this. So we started our own event in Youngstown, and just been growing it from there.
Turns out Jason Cottrell was right. His dream of doing more to raise money for cancer research for kids has come true, and then some.
In 2023, we raised a little over $15,000. And then the next year we said, well, we'll go a little more and we'll try to raise $25,000. We actually hit a little over $33,000. So this year I got a little more ambitious again. I'm like, okay, well, we can do that. Youngstown can get $50,000. So that's where we're at.
That's the goal.
That's the goal, 50 grand.
Yeah.
We've got so many kids in the community that are getting diagnosed. And it's like, how can you not help? And I have 2 very healthy sons. I've got 30-some nieces and nephews, and every one of them's helping me. So I don't have Jason's backdrop, but I can thank God that all my family is helping. So I'm trying to give back a little of myself by helping them.
The hair goes, but the care stays, and getting involved is easy. If you want to get shaved, go to stbaldricks.org, find the Youngstown event, and start your own account. A single person or even a company can just donate. Pretty much anything is on the table, or in this case, on the floor.
The company that I work for, they have a matching donation thing. So whatever I donate throughout the year myself, they'll match it one time. Other companies do the same.
We've had people reach out for some odd things. And I always tell people, look, if it's family appropriate, let's do it. And if it's not, then we'll go backstage.
Right. We'll still take the money. And if you think it's just the guys getting shaved, well, you would be wrong.
The shape of your head, because when you go through leukemia, kids, anybody really, they lose their hair. It's especially harder on kids. So we shave our heads, to show solidarity with them that it's tough, but we're here with you, we're by your side. And I think it goes a long way for them. Once the liquid courage starts flowing, it gets a lot more fun. And again, that's really what we're trying to do is if we can provide 5 minutes of a distraction for a little bit, my hair is going to grow back. So let's do that. We're trying to make light and have a good time and just get their minds off what they're going through for a few minutes when they're literally going through the worst thing you can imagine. And it's rough. Like I'll be honest, it takes its toll on you, but you got to find a way to wake up and keep on doing it because we're rolling now. There's no stopping. There's no stopping this now. We're moving, and we're going to raise a bunch of money, and we're going to help a lot of families out too.
All right, so if you want your coif to come off, stbaldricks.org gets you started.
Or you were workshopping that in the car this morning.
I thought of it yesterday.
Okay. I'm like, that didn't just happen like that.
Well, here's a word I didn't know how to pronounce.
Jugenheimer.
Yeah, I've seen it, but I didn't know how to say it.
Yes, so many people have probably seen the iconic logo from Jugenheimer Industrial Supplies. They've got trucks, they've got people, they've got tons of people who are working in ways that you probably have never even thought about. Okay. And that is what makes this place, this family, and this story so special. In the heart of Hubbard's industrial sector, one company stands tall, Jugenheimer Industrial Supplies.
Well, most of them don't really know what to expect. And then when you start walking around, nobody's really expecting the variety that we have here in stock.
Founded almost 50 years ago by a visionary entrepreneur, Bill Jugenheimer, this family-owned business has grown from a basement to a local leader in industrial products, solutions, and construction equipment.
So we're a wholesale distributor of construction nails and staples that we sell across every state that touches us, but most of it's in Ohio too. We sell to your machine shops, your steel mills, anyone who manufactures something. We sell the tools so that they can do the manufacturing.
There's product we're selling, tiny little item at a time, to pallets or 55-gallon drums going out.
Rick Jugenheimer learned from his father and his uncles, grew the business alongside his brothers, and now he and his children, Adam, Sarah, and Kathy, are creating a destination where problems are met with solutions. With over 170 products in total via their online catalog, if you can dream it, they can probably help build it.
We are a full do-it-best store, like the hardware store, so everything that you can get at a hardware store, we can get all those items now. So anything you can get at like a Lowe's or a Home Depot, for example. And we carry such a wide variety, so everybody in the area, we really have something that we can service them all with.
A lot of people don't realize what we do, so we try to make people aware, but a lot of it is the behind the scenes. You know, they know what the manufacturers do and what the bigger companies that produce things do, but they don't realize who is behind it, who is supplying the things that those manufacturers need.
But beyond the products that you can see comes the ones you can't. Here at Jugenheimer Industrial Supplies, they can literally make anything you need.
A lot of what we do, I'd say 20% of the business is special to what the customer wants. So there's products that we have, a lot of the fasteners, well, they'll actually be custom made. We have a machinist make them. Sometimes they want a drilled head or they want a different length than what's available. Sometimes it's actually cheaper to have bolts cut than to buy the length that they want and have them special ordered that way. So we do that for customers. And a lot of times they'll actually just send us a print or a drawing and say, this is what we want. Here's the CAD drawing of it, and can you make it to these specs? And they'll have a tolerance of, you know, we want it to this many thousandths, and that's what you do for them.
And that's what really makes this place special. Generation after generation, it's the customer service that sets them apart. The second you walk in, someone is there to help guide you through your purchase.
So they come in the front, Pat and them go up to the front and ask, what do you need? And then they'll tell him what he needs, and then if Pat wants, if he's not sure, he walks him out into the warehouse, because there's so many items, like I want a 1/4x1, well, I'm out of 1/4x1s, can you use 1.25 inch? Not a problem.
Thanks to Rick's hard work and dedication, Jugenheimer Industrial Supplies serves a diverse range of sectors, everything from manufacturing to construction.
They do same or next day delivery to construction sites within a 60-mile radius of Hubbard. They're located just off of Interstate 80.
Contractors in the construction, it's really no different than anything we've done, and we've already had some that we've been selling to in the past. However, what we're trying to do is expand more in that field. It was never a field that we primarily hit. So we are now focusing directly on that, and the products that we already have are the products they already use. So the drill bits, the tabs, all the bolts, we got all the structural bolts, all the abrasives that they use, all the cutting tools. We now have the Milwaukee, the DeWalt, and we're a perfect match for them.
But what really sets this company apart is the legacy of family that powers its success.
Well, it makes you feel proud. I'm sure the same as my dad, because we started with 3 boys and my dad. And it's nice that they want the business, number one, because not everybody does that. You look at a lot of business, they just fail because the next generation is not into that kind of whatever the father started. They want to go their own way. Adam's been with me since he was born. Adam's been here forever. Sarah's got about 10 years, I believe, with me. And Kathy has about 3 or 4 or 6, she says.
At Jugenheimers, the family dynamic goes beyond the boardroom. Their strong bond is the foundation of their success, creating a work culture that feels like home to their employees.
We are now to a point, again, where what we have is a real good group, a real good culture back, and we have people who are getting years back in with the business again, and just everybody works very well together. Everybody helps each other out. Everybody works towards that common goal.
You can feel it.
It feels very nice.
With a new generation at the helm, the future of Jugenheimer Industrial Supplies looks even brighter than maybe the past.
You can trust one another is really what it comes down to. I don't have to look over anybody's shoulder. We all have the same end goal. We're all committed. We all want to make it right for the customer. We're invested in this. It's our name on the door, so if our company looks bad, we really take it personally and really try to avoid that at all costs. We want to make it right.
For more information, visit Jugenheimer Industrial Supplies at their extensive website online.
Well, now we know.
All of this stuff in manufacturing and building things and the things that you just don't think about. But you know what? I do want to say this. We are super excited to be able to tell more manufacturing stories, more things about industry in our area. Thanks to the Jugenheimers, they're going to be sponsoring a new segment on our show.
We appreciate
stories that we don't get to do. So I'm excited.
Okay.
And I know you are too.
I love it. I love it. We have another sponsor coming up after this break.
Yeah, it's Kelly Warren and Associates. Do you know her?
I met her. Yeah. She looks great. Be right back.
Oh, the salmon. It's fabulous.
For nearly 80 years, Cafe 422 has been the Valley's premier destination for steaks, seafood, and fine Italian cuisine. Join us at Cafe 422 for lunch, dinner, and all of your special occasions. Cafe 422 in Warren and Boardman.
Safety is our top priority at Barina's Automotive Center when we're taking care of your vehicle. We invest in the latest equipment to service the newest makes and models and keep our team's education up to date on the latest skills and techniques. At Barina's, we provide a free digital vehicle safety inspection so you can actually see what we see and understand our recommendations. Barina's Automotive Center on Robbins Avenue in Niles. Call 330-652-AUTO today and get your car back on the road safe and sound.
Eva Marie smoked 12,000 packs of cigarettes over 15 years. She quit, and now there's a new lung cancer screening that could save her life. You stopped smoking. Now start screening. No matter how much you smoked, early detection could save you. Talk to your doctor or learn more at savedbythescan.org.
We are back on Valley Spotlight. Thanks for joining us on this fun Sunday morning.
This is vegan?
Yeah, I know. It's so sweet, like the sweetness of the squash.
Oh my goodness.
It's really good.
If you're a vegan and you are looking for something fabulous, this is
weight if I just ate vegan food. Would you lose weight? I'd miss out on this bolognese, I'll tell you that. Okay, let's get to myself and Kelly Warren.
Let's do that.
Yeah, a fixer-upper. We'll talk about that right now. Another edition of Home Advantage is upon us with Kelly Warren. Kelly, thank you very much for dropping by. Are we in Boardman or Youngstown or Canfield?
We're in Boardman. We're in Cornersburg, which is that area that's a little bit of everything.
Yeah, you can't go, whatever you say. You can still be right.
I like to go by the school district. We're in Boardman schools. We're in Boardman.
All right, very good. Cute little home here on Arden. Anyway, we came outside because we have a little bit of a break in the weather, and that might be a good opportunity for folks to get some of the debris out of their yards and get ready for spring, right?
I feel like winter comes so fast that we don't always finish our fall cleanup in the fall.
Right.
And so we're left with a little bit of leftover fall cleanup in the spring.
Right.
I personally feel more motivated to take care of it though in the spring. Like I know the good weather's coming. Like let's get this done. You know.
Yeah, you do it in the fall and you're like, then winter comes, and then you have still a bunch of leaves from the guy across the street, and it comes into your yard. So this one needs a little bit of work on the outside. Nothing spectacular, but
every house does. You know, you want to every year, whether you're putting the house on the market or not, you want to do things like painting and patching, making sure get rid of your cobwebs, clean out your gutters, replace some outside lights. You know, just kind of keep breathing life back into the home.
Okay, and this one needs a little bit more work than just that. This rail could use replaced and things like that.
When you see something like this, it can look like a big deal, but it's as easy as you pop this off and you put another, I don't know what this is, 2x4, whatever, on there, and you replace it, and you paint up the new one. So, as long as you keep doing those things to your home, you'll keep the home in good condition. And if you're buying a home that's a fixer-upper and you're coming into a project like this, you just do one little thing at a time. So as you're coming in, replace this, paint a couple of things, finish the yard cleanup, and then you move into the next project.
And if you're selling a home, this is a decision to make. Do I even want to do it in the first place, right?
Yeah. Sometimes an owner will say, I'm going to take care of this ABC before I put the house on the market. And I tell them, great, you do those things and we'll list the house for this much.
Okay.
Or sometimes an owner will say to me, I don't want to do it. I live out of town, or I'm not interested. I don't have time with work or whatever. And that's fine. We can list the house as is. It can be a buyer's project to take care of in the future. And we'll do this, we'll price it accordingly so that the buyer can take care of the project.
So you'll do that. You'll figure out the price, what it needs, and that kind of thing. Oh, very good. Okay. If people would like to get a hold of you and check out this home and all the other great ones you have to offer, they can.
They can find us online at kellysold.com.
kellysold.com, and the phone number is
330-717-2689.
Okay, that's another edition of Home Advantage. Right out there on the porch.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. How's Kel? She good?
She's good. That was her grandma's house.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
was
so
she a little
cool.
emotional?
I thought she was going to be more emotional. I don't know if I would have been as cool as she was.
Yeah, I feel like I wouldn't have been either. All right, you want to take a time out?
And we have kind of an emotional story coming up.
This one will get you. It got me. I actually was there doing the story. Then when I was writing it, it got me again.
All right, don't give it away.
No, it got Ron when he was editing.
Oh.
Thank you to our partnership with Brightspeed. This one, I saved the best till last.
Whether it's dinner out with friends and family or your next catered event, Rachel's Restaurant in Austintown always makes it special and delicious. Award-winning cuisine, relaxing atmosphere, and so much more. Rachel's Restaurant, Austintown.
I invest in real estate all over the country. In the Mahoning Valley, I work with Kelly Warren. Kelly and her team can give you your home's real value in seconds and have hundreds of 5-star reviews. Go to kellysoldit.com and find out how Kelly and her team can start working for you.
My mother was always very familiar with her neighborhood, but one day she stopped at the stop sign for much longer than usual, and she didn't know whether she should go forward or turn, and she wasn't even really sure where she was at. It was very unsettling for her.
I felt so much better after my son told me, Mom, I don't want you to worry or be afraid. I'll be there for you, and we'll figure it out.
Find your next meal on the new Eat Local Ohio app. Beautifully curated food content from all the best local independent restaurants, right at your fingertips. Download the app today. Eat Local Ohio.
Okay, put everything down. Come into
told
the
myself I
living
wouldn't
room.
cry.
Okay, come on, sit
Yeah.
down. All right, this one is. We've seen our folks from Diversified Drones. They're on Facebook, lots of viral videos. But we had a chance to find out more about the man behind the drone, why he is so good at what he does. And this is all thanks to our partnership with Brightspeed. But when you watch this story, Michael, not only will it make you go, oh my gosh, is he cool? But then you might also shed a tear.
You might have seen the headlines. Local drone company finds lost dog. It's a storyline that could warm even the coldest of hearts on these frigid winter days. The man behind the drone is Leavittsburg native Josh Nicholas. His obsession with flying was born in the same place where aviation became more than just a novelty.
I think being from Ohio, just the birthplace aviation does in general, just always having, that kind of feeling around you. The museums and everything that promote flight, it just really got me into it, and I was intrigued. And I always wanted to go. I always wanted to fly when I was a kid. I'd go to the local air shows at Kent State, Cleveland, Youngstown Air Base, and looking forward to that day every year.
Josh went on to get his degree from Kent State in air traffic control, as well as a highly specialized pilot's license. He got a job at a Cleveland airport only to get laid off, but even after having to change directions in his day-to-day career, flying was still something that was part of him. 10 years ago, Josh officially entered his drone era.
But I knew I wanted to do something with aviation. Drones started to become popular. 2015, I think, is when I got my first drone, toy drone, just kind of playing around with it, seeing what I could do with it. Then it got more advanced. I switched to DJI drones, got a DJI Air 2S, and then just worked my way up to flying FPV drones, virtual reality with headsets, and then now I'm into the thermal operations.
And thermal operations, aka the ability to see warm-blooded living things from hundreds of feet in the air, is why Josh is making a name for Diversified Drones. His skills and his heart are leading the way to homecomings that will take your breath away. A 1-year-old mini husky named Jeremiah was once nowhere to be found.
We found so many coyotes, deer, other animals out there in the woods, but none of them were Jeremiah. And we came out, everyone in the local community would say, hey, we think we saw the husky here. So I would go out and check. It wasn't far from me. Still no luck. Our fourth attempt out is when we finally located Jeremiah. And one of the searches we had to call it off because a snowstorm came in and I could barely see in front of me.
After 11 days of searching, this happened.
Let's hit with the light. Is that him?
Ian, look at this. Is it him?
I think that's him.
Where?
I think that's him.
I can't see very well. That is him. That's him. That's him. That's him. That's him. That's him. That's him.
looks like him.
That's him. That's him.
He's not very far.
Yes. That looks like him.
He's still alive. I told you.
That's him. That's him. That's him.
I wanted to give you all the hope I could.
That's him. That's him. We found that lady with. I told you I had an uncanny feeling when she said that.
That's him. Look.
How are we going to get him?
Okay, let's come up with a plan. Let's take the light off him so we don't spook him. Okay. Okay, hold on. I got him right here. Hold on. He's coming out. Keep calling him.
Keep calling him, Josh.
Oh.
Jeremiah.
There he is, right there. He was hiding under that.
Jeremiah.
All right, he's coming out. He's behind. Do you see him?
No.
I have my light on him.
He's right there. Come Jeremiah. Jeremiah.
He's going towards Ann.
Ian's calling him.
Ann has him.
Oh my God! Hold on to him so tight.
Ann has him.
Ann
has him. We got him. After 11 days, we get Jeremiah. Oh my goodness. Just get back out to the road, Josh. You'll see.
Oh my God. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm gonna hang up. Okay.
All right, get it and then bring him home. Yeah.
She doesn't have a leash.
No, but she's holding on to him tight.
Oh, there's Josh.
There's Josh. You got Jeremiah back.
That's the power of being passionate about flying and passionate about pets.
I mean, it is emotional at times too for me. And I try to hold it back, but
Josh goes out on calls every few days, and if he can't get there, he has friends in the business. Their advice? Call as soon as possible. Their fee is just under $300. Money well spent, since these guys work as a team to make sure your furry friend comes home safely.
I average about 3 to 5 calls coming in. I can't always go on all of them, but I do know other reputable pilots in the area that can help me out, and we work together very well. Sometimes we'll join up and we'll search together to cover more ground, especially if it's a heavy rural area, where there's a lot of woods.
Scan the on-screen QR code to see if Brightspeed is available in your area.
What a story.
Awful.
I know.
Yeah.
If you have a chance to check out if you can get Brightspeed fiber internet, do it. I was at a friend's house, they had it. I was able to upload stuff that normally takes me, I'm not even kidding you, like an hour in like 1 minute.
Oh, that's great.
It was so great. So please figure out if you can have Brightspeed, and thank you Diversified Drone for being amazing.
Well, let's take a look back.
Yeah.
At a shop we went to that's also fascinating.
It is Mr. Darby's antique shop right there in Boardman. They're moving to a much larger location, but a couple years ago we had the chance to see what it is that they do there, why they're so successful, and I just thought that this was great since they're going bigger and better, and we love that for them. So congratulations, guys.
Mr. Darby's Antique and Collectible Emporium is one of those places that showcases what generations of things and people represent.
I look around and some of the items that they bring are just fascinating. Yeah. It kind of reminds me of when I was younger, and some are just something so different that it amazes me. It's fascinating.
When Alma Neapolitan was 82, she found herself retired from AAA, and she also found herself helping her son Robert create a destination for all things nostalgic.
I started in North Lima when he first started to put the business together, and ever since then it's about 10 years now.
We were very fortunate. We moved from North Lima to Boardman, and our sales, it was amazing. I think the first 3 months we increased like 62% in sales, and it's just been a nonstop, roller coaster from there.
And the now here at Mr. Darby's is more than meets the eye. Yes, the store is filled with vendors who offer incredible collectibles, but there is also a side of this business that you may not even know is there.
Then there's our secret back room. That's the room that everybody wants to get into. And you could get into it and they don't realize it, because we do have a website, shopcoolvintagedecor.com, and they can go to that website and they can find all these things that will never make it out to the floor. And there's probably another 1 million items back there.
The entire stock room is dedicated to online sales. The items have been a big hit in Hollywood, of all places.
It was really by accident that one day we had a person in the store that was just buying carts of stuff. And we didn't understand why they were buying so much. And here we found out they were from a movie being filmed in the Pittsburgh area called Fences with Denzel Washington. And they were a set designer, and they were here buying items for that 1950s set. And that's when we introduced them to our back room. And at that point, it just spread throughout all the different set designers. A lot of people don't realize that in the Pittsburgh area, Netflix has a major film studio that also Amazon uses and Paramount recently used. So it just kind of started growing with all the set designers and different people from the movie production companies wanting to see what we have and what we can get for them for their productions.
You'll see items pop up from Mr. Darby's in Netflix's Mindhunter and Paramount's Mayor of Kingstown, and even on Saturday Night Live. Robert's wife, Karen, left her real estate career to join in on the fun. Even for her, it's tough to choose a favorite item or decade.
I like a variety of things, but I really like things that are popular and on trend, mixed in with some of the, different eras. But I love boho, I love eclectic, I love modern. I love mixing modern with vintage stuff. I think it's a really fun mix, and I don't think people are even aware of all the fun things in here that they could use to decorate their home with. If they just really, thought outside the box, there's so many fun things.
And without Karen's eye for the truly remarkable and valuable, Mr. Darby's might never have existed.
Probably one of our greatest things was some football figurines that were done by an artist in the 70s. They were the Minnesota Vikings and Green Bay Packers. She wanted to get them for our son's bedroom. He was about 5 years old at the time, and I was against it because it wasn't teams that we liked. They were $5 each. Money was tight for us at the time, and I said, go ahead, go. I found the $10. She went with my mother, borrowed another $15 from my mother, so she bought all 5 of them for $25, and within probably a couple hours, we ended up selling them for over $900. And it was nice because it helped us, had a hard time with our house payment that month, and we made our house payment.
So Mr. Darby's awesome. Congratulations, you guys. That was a wonderful story. They are moving locations, so follow them on social media for updates. I don't know exactly what date they're opening, but it is going to be a huge place, much bigger. So cool to see people expand, right? Cheers to that. Cheers to you, Bryan.
We have a wine event coming up, right?
We do. We have a wine dinner here in Gatsby's on February 27th with Heston Vineyards.
Heston Vineyards. Tell us a little bit about Heston and why they're so special.
Heston is
really great, by
a
the
small winery. It is founded by Helen and Stanley Cheng, who own Heston, Heston Cookware and Meyer Cookware, very famous cookware brands, culinary brands. And
So they know what's up in culinary.
They
huh?
know the culinary
They know
world.
what's up.
And they hired Thomas Rivers Brown, one of the greatest winemakers in Napa Valley, to make these wines.
They're coming here.
The David Landis, the sales manager, national sales manager for Heston, is coming to talk about the wines, along with AJ Hammer, the local distributor.
There you go. A 5-course meal out here. What's the phone number?
330-856-1900.
I knew it too. That is the number that you need to call if you want to make reservations for this wine event. I encourage you to do so. You guys sell out very quickly on stuff like this because it is so special.
Yep.
Bryan, always wonderful to see you.
Great to see you.
Thank you very much for being here, Michael. I see her all the time.
Nice to see you too.
Thank you to Steelite for making it possible for us to be able to come out here and visit these beautiful restaurants.
Steelite
use
glasses.
all Steelite here. So cheers to you guys. And thank you for joining us, as always, on Valley Spotlight.
All right. Have a good day. Retromercial. He's not just the owner, he's a client.
Do you know me? You may not recognize me without my hair. I'm Cy Sperling, Hair Club's first client. And since 1968, I've helped thousands of men with thinning hair. If you have thinning hair, this booklet is something you should have. It covers transplants, weaving, fusion, minoxidil, and proper hair care. So call our toll-free number now to get your free booklet. You saw the difference it made for me, and look what it did for our clients. So call our toll-free number now to get your free booklet.
If you like this video, subscribe to Valley Spotlight on YouTube and be sure to click on the notifications bell so you know when we've got some new stuff. You also can like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram and Twitter, and subscribe to us on Vimeo or our Roku channel.